Hello and welcome to this video on screencasting. Now, screencasting is simply the process of capturing what's on your computer screen. Very often you do that with a voice overlay, so I'm doing it right now. And then you output this as a video. So it's a way of sharing information by making a video of what's on your computer screen. Okay, I'd like to start off by bringing you to a site called Screencast-o-matic.com. And you could just search for Screencast-o-matic. It would come right up very, very quickly. And this is a piece of software that allows you to create screencasts. It comes in two versions. There's a free version and there's a paid version. The paid version is very inexpensive and it simply gives you a couple more options and some more tools. So let's take a look at Screencast-o-matic. In order to start recording, all you have to do is come to the site and say start recording. Now, there is a launch recorder button. And it's going to probably pop up a little window here that's going to ask you if you really do want to let this application interact with your computer. So I'm going to say Open Screen Recorder Launcher. And when you do this, we'll open the lower left-hand corner of your window. Now, I can close that and start recording with the recording button, but let's take a look at the settings for a moment. The first is you can choose whether to record your screen, which is what I'm doing now, to record a webcam. So I don't have one built into this computer, but if I did, I could select this. It would simply record everything in front of the webcam, which would generally be me and whatever background there was. So if you'd like something very personalized, you don't need what's on the screen, that's a good option. Or you can record both. And if you click both and you have a webcam on your computer, it's going to record your screen, but in the lower right corner here, there's going to be a little image of you speaking. So if you find that beneficial, you can do that as well. You'll notice that this is the free version, so there's a max time of 15 minutes. And you can say, here, I can upgrade to Pro, and then I can make them as long as I want. Now, if I do upgrade to Pro, it costs $15 a year. And that's an option you can consider, but the functionality of the software is very, very good. So there are a lot of conveniences there by doing that, but if you choose not to, you'll still get a very useful tool. Okay, now you can pick the size that you like to make a recording. So right now it's on full screen, which is how I tend to work, but it doesn't have to be. You could choose the active window. That means if I had more than one window open, like let's say this was not full size, and we've got this window behind it. Whichever one is chosen, whichever one is selected at this time, if I say active window, that's the one that it's going to get. Okay, I also have the option of a couple of different standard sizes. So if I click there, you'll see that this window pops up and only what's within that window is going to be recorded. I can move that around so I can get the portion of the screen that I want. I'm not locked into the default that comes up. And I can also stretch it to make it custom, but I would probably stay away from that because when you output it, you generally want it in a standard format, and that's going to be either this 480 or this 720, either one. But as I said, you're very welcome to go full screen, which is what I often do. Third button down here is a narration button. Now you can see the green bar is going up and down, and if I speak loudly, it goes into orange and red. And this is just the microphone volume. By default, it's probably going to select the built-in microphone on your computer, especially if you've got a laptop. I'm wearing a headset at the moment, and I prefer that because it processes out some of the background noise, etc. So all your microphones should be listed here, and you simply select the one that you want to use. But be careful. If you don't do this, if you've got a headset, it may still record from your default microphone, which is going to make things sound a little further away. And as I said, there may be a little more background noise, etc. Okay, this computer audio button, this would allow you to also record whatever audio is coming from your computer. So if your computer's playing background music, or if you're recording a game and there's various sounds, etc. in there, it would record those. This requires the Pro version as well. Now there are several preferences you can set. These have to do with some keyboard shortcuts, like I can use Control-Z to pause this thing right in the middle without having to use my mouse. I can set up a webcam hotkey to be able to use the webcam. This is deciding whether I want a countdown when I begin this, which is generally a good idea. It'll go 3, 2, 1 on the screen, give you a little time to get yourself set. The control bar or the tools, right now they're on the bottom, but they could be on the top. Do you want to see a webcam preview as you're recording? So do you want to see what's going on the screen? You can either show or hide that. Full screen controls, recording controls. Repurpose cursor on resume. Okay, so changing the functionality of the cursor. Basically, most of these you want to leave set as they are. And keyboard controls while paused, so you still have access to that. So you say, okay, most of those just leave. They're the best settings. And if you want to record now, you're simply going to click this record button. And we'll come back to how to actually use it in our next video.